And my first concert was McKenna Grace's.
Oh, and Taylor Swift.
Hi, Mason. Good to see you again.
Likewise, good to see you. I like the grabber.
Grabber.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Dude, I got this at Walmart earlier this week.
I saw that on TikTok. I saw that they're like selling them everywhere. That's so sick. I want one.
Yeah, really sick. Well, congratulations on this film. You know how much I love the first one. You guys absolutely delivered in this sequel. Absolutely amazing performance. Of course, at this point, you know, we meet a completely different Finney. He's getting into fights. Like, he does have a new level of confidence, but he also has that extra PTSD there. Talk about kind of tapping into that mindset where we meet him at the start of this film.
I mean, I just think it's a very important like story to tell because I think a lot of people can relate to it in a way of dealing with trauma and PTSD from it. And I think a lot of people deal with it in different ways. And Finney, you know, his way of dealing with it is really trying not to. And because of it, he's bottled up a lot, and he's just an angry person. But you know, deep down, it's, you know, he's scared and he's, you know, sad, and you know, he just covers it all up with anger. And because of it, he gets into fights now. And I think. You know, I can say this now because there's a little shot in, I think, one of the trailers where Finney's fighting somebody, but I'm not going to say who he's fighting or whatever. But, you know, I think whenever Finney gets in altercations like that he's not fighting that person, that I think he's just taking out his anger of the grabber. I think he sees the grabber. And to me, that's the most heartbreaking part because I feel like in that basement when he killed the grabber, he also killed a bit of himself. So, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely kind of like grew up in that that instance for sure.
Yeah.
I love how they have the Duran Duran concert ticket mention
in
this sequel. I was like, I would have been so stoked to go to a Duran Duran concert. Obviously, growing up for me, some of my my first concerts were Celine Dion, Britney Spears. What are those first concerts or ones that you were just so excited to go to?
My first concert ever, it was very late into my young life. I was 17, and my first concert was McKenna Grace's. It was super sweet. And I've been to every single concert with her since. So first one was her concert. That was super special. Then we went to a Green Day concert because we did a Green Day film. Then we went to Taylor Swift in Toronto while I was filming Black Phone 2. And then, have I been to another one? Oh, I went to my buddy Aiden Bissett's concert. That was cool. That was awesome. But
I love how the Taylor Swift was your mental break.
Basically, I just had to decompress with some Tay-Tay. So, yeah.
Oh my God, I love that. Jason, I will see you in a couple of weeks because I will be doing the Regretting You junket.
Oh, sick.
Yes, I know. You and Mckenna have amazing chemistry. I'm currently rereading the book. What can you tease for fans of the novel that are excited to see Miller and Clara on screen together?
I mean, what I love so much about it is I signed on before I knew it was a book and before I had read the book. And then because I talked to the director and he's just so fantastic and I love his work. And I knew Mckenna was already signed on, so I was like, oh, this is just going to be fun. And then after I read the book, and, you know, I think it's so extremely accurate to the book, and I think we really, everybody a part of this did, you know, gave it 100%. And, you know, I love the character of Miller so much, and I just wanted to do my best to, you know, bring him to life and, you know, breathe the same energy that the book had with him. And I think we all, you know, gave it our best, and I'm very happy with the film.
It sounds like the whole entire cast had an amazing time making this movie.
So fun, yeah.
So, see you at that junket and premiere, Mason. It's so
Hell
good to
yeah.
chat with you again. Yes, and we'll finally see Black Phone 2. This has been a long-awaited sequel, and you guys absolutely delivered. So thank you so much. Your performance has been amazing.
I appreciate it.
Hi, Madeleine. You look stunning today. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great. How are you?
Good. I'm so excited to chat with you. I love the Black Phone films, love Scott Derrickson, and your performance as Gwen. Girl, you go so hard in this film.
Thank you so much.
Yes, congratulations on this sequel. Your performance is phenomenal. I do want to open up with a fun question though, because I love how Gwen is so excited about getting the Duran Duran concert ticket.
I know, right?
That was such a cool moment. What have been some of those like concerts that you've been like so excited to go to? For me, growing up, Celine Dion and Britney Spears were like my fave concerts.
See, you guys had a lot of good singers and good artist that I am actually super interested in. But I would say probably The Weeknd. That was a really fun concert for me. Oh, and Taylor Swift. I'm not a Swiftie, but that Eras tour was insane. Most magical experience of my entire life. It was insane.
Oh my God. Everybody is, I feel like the Eras tour will be talked about like forever,
Oh,
obviously.
easily, easily. I don't know how she performed for 3 hours straight and just did all of that. It was crazy. Most magical night ever.
There is an amazing sequence in Black Phone 2 where your character Gwen screams, "I feel crazy," and it's such an emotional scene. You have so many emotional scenes in both of these films. What was the hardest scene for you, most challenging scene, emotional
Ooh.
wise, in this sequel, or was it in the first film as Gwen?
That's honestly a really hard question. It was definitely in the second movie. The second movie was much more challenging for me, especially as an actress. I feel like it really tested my abilities, which I loved. But I would say there was a few scenes that were really challenging. One scene, two scenes specifically were the ending scene, which I can't say. You know what I'm talking about. And then this other scene where I see a really disturbing image. I'm sure you also know what I'm talking about. But it was really hard for me to take myself to that really dark place, especially watching that. When I see that image, I honestly, that entire day on set, I was just crying. Like, the entire day. Even when Scott said cut, there were just still tears coming down my face. I don't know. It was really hard for me to especially get out of that headspace. I feel like when I was younger, it was much easier for me to just pull myself out and just go back to being happy. But I don't know. I feel like I took myself to a really dark place that it stayed with me for a few days and took me a while to actually take myself fully out of it because it is really disturbing. That scene is horrible.
It's a crazy scene, and Gwen's character arc in the sequel is
It's
absolutely amazing.
incredible.
Yes, and obviously, Gwen has this special gift, and for me, it's kind of a metaphor for anyone who has felt different and has felt, not supported and
1000%.
all
Yeah.
by their peers. What do you hope that other young people kind of see in Gwen and relate to Gwen, especially seeing her journey in the sequel?
Yeah, I mean, I really hope they take away her bravery and her heart and her defiance. I really hope that they take away her will to never give up. And, when you truly believe in something, nothing can stop you from achieving it or figuring it out. So, yeah, definitely that. And I just feel like there's so much heart and emotion and so many layers in this film. So, at the end of the day, even though it is a movie about a serial killer, I hope they take away um, the heart and realize that that is the core of the film.
It definitely is. Well, I would chat with you all day. I think your performance of Gwen is one of the best performances of the year. I love the
Oh my
scene
God, thank
where
you.
she's being like tossed around like the room and everything. It's
Yeah.
so crazy.
Thank you for chatting with me.